Hi, this is Ed from Wright. I know that we haven't updated our website with the Standard B, and we're getting a lot of questions about it as it's starting to hit the street. So here's a 48 Standard B, fresh off the line. I'm going to go over a couple of the details and whatnot on it. So first off, what kind of machine is it? What category? Someone might call it prosumer or light commercial or something like that. And I would call it more like entry commercial is what I would call it. This machine is not necessarily intended for a homeowner, maybe somebody who's running 30, 35 lawns a week, and really lets you get in the game at a much lower entry price. So, I mean, if you already have a fleet of standard X's, this probably isn't the right machine for you, or ZKs. But if you're looking at a walk behind, or you're getting into the business, or you're looking to supplement and maybe another one of your machines, Standard B would be the perfect solution for that. So let's start with the back here. That's probably the best way to start from an operator standpoint. Very similar to all our other stand-on mowers. Key, choke, throttle, blade switch, quad lever controls. They lock out when the parking brake is on. Let the parking brake off. Remove the full range. There's the parking brake lever. Here we have the deck lift lever. Very easy to use. Numbers are very easy to read. We go 5 to 2 inches, and actually, quick tip, if you take this arm off and flip it over, you get about a 1/4 inch lower cut. So we can get just a little under that 2 inch mark with the deck lift there. So those are your main controls. One great thing about a lot of these stand-on mowers, especially the Wrights, is they're just so easy to get used to driving. And it's a very, very similar layout to everything else. So let's get into the guts of it a little bit. You open this up. There's your oil reservoirs for the transmission. Central gas tank, it's clear. So, from this side, you can see there's about 1 inch of fuel in there. Very easy to read. There's no gauge to fail or anything like that on it. Also helps us get that price point down to where this machine is. Still have good rod ends going down the transmission, so the controls have very, very tight feel. One thing that's conceptually different about this machine than most of all our other stand-on machines, and which is part of how we get here with the price, is that our other machines, the engine floats up and down with the cutter deck. Like, let me show you the ZK right here. By the way, we got tweels, 24-inch tweels, 5-lug on a 72-inch test mower here. So this engine here is bolted to the cutter deck, and it rides up and down with the deck, and it lets the belts all stay real flat. On the Standard B, what's going on here is the deck moves separately from the engine. Watch this. Right? And so, there is going to be a little more strain on this belt as it angles down, but the belt's replaceable after so many hours. So the belt's not going to last quite as long as our other machines, but that's how we get part of the way we get to this price. And with that, we have integrated transmissions. So you can see in there, 3100s. This machine has a 1-year unlimited hour commercial warranty. 3100 transmissions. There's the platform. You can see how we service the back of it. Take this off. See the transmissions there, and there's a little guard part of the platform there. But right in front of here, underneath, see if we can catch that. Filter's right there. Take that little plastic guard, the filter comes off, it's protected from getting punctured or whatever. Platform, nice and squishy, a lot of range. These things right here, what's nice about them is when you bounce down, they actually come up slower, so it sort of dampens the ride. And also, the further you go down, the tighter they get. So the same setting works better for a range of operators. See the platform switch there. We have the same premium harness that we have with sealed connectors as our other stand-on mowers. The fuse box here. The fuse and relay are very, very simple. One thing that's a hallmark of Wright mowers is that we try to have a very, very simple electrical system with only one relay. And the way I look at it, it's less to go wrong, and everyone hates electrical problems, so that's part of what's going on there. Here's some of the service parts. Very easy to see and use. Jump up on the platform a little bit here. Good range of motion in the suspension. We have wheelie wheels. This is something I wish that everybody in this business would do. What this does here is if you're in a bad situation, the front end comes off the ground, we don't want that machine having the weight come over past the axle. And these wheels will touch the ground and help to prevent a bad situation from getting worse. There's no patent or anything on that, but I would like to see more and more people using that out there. The tire, it's a 2010-8. By running an 8-inch rim, we have a nice squishy ride, and we actually don't like to use really large diameter wheels because the bigger the diameter of the wheel is, the further it's from the deck, and the more the machine kind of swings when you steer it, and less stable it is on hills. Here we have a 48-inch deck. 48-inch deck has a gap here. The 52 is a lot closer to the wheel, like maybe this far away. The cutter deck is very, very similar to our other AirCore decks. Stuff mounts on it the same way. The chambers are exactly the same, but the shell of the deck is different. So it's made from 11-inch steel, heavy reinforcement on the nose, a lot of bracing kind of going near where the spindle is. There's lamination. This spindle is different than our other heavier mowers. Has a straight bore pulley instead of the taper lock. It's actually easier to get the pulley off, and it's aluminum style housing. Exact same blades, so there's a lot of things we want it to be common between the different mowers. You can easily move between them. The mulch kits fit in the same. The blades fit the same. Chute deflector fits in the same. Any grass catcher, same. The look and feel's the same, right? So very easy to move between different Wright models. Both the 48 and 52 have FS 541. It's a well-recognized engine. A couple years ago, Kawasaki upgraded this airbox, which was nice. So now you can see if there's any gunk in there. Maybe you take some compressed air and blow the fins out real easily without removing the housing. And there's an opening in the bottom of the airbox so that if any gunk gets in there, it falls through rather than building up as much. So the 541, plenty of power for 48 or 52-inch deck. We've been very happy with its performance. Really easy to drain the oil. Lots of room underneath to put that. Back to the deck, you can see the back has a wheel there, and that's actually pretty important. So the back of the deck is the part of the deck that's the furthest from any other tire on the mower. Like all our other machines, the 48 has gauge wheels in the front center, and there's not enough room on the side here. Our 52 has center and left. The 61 has center, left, and right. And when you go to 72, like that one over there, you have them all three places in the front, and you have them in the back corner. So if you're ever wondering what size a mower is and you can't see the number on it, just count the number of deck wheels and be able to see which type it is. Here's the caster setup. Very replaceable. Like I said, you can flip those over to actually lower the cut just a tiny bit if you need to do that. Trying to cut Bermuda or something. This keeps the rain out of the bushings in here. There's a synthetic type bushing in here. They last a real long time, and also they're a lot less expensive to replace than the brass ones. So that's nice. Has a pneumatic tire. There is an optional flat free tire that has a pneumatic tire there. Front end's nicely protected. Deck lift also runs on a synthetic type bushing. All this stuff is serviceable. None of this is kind of welded in and not unserviceable. We like to keep that nicely serviceable. Filter's easy to get at. Trying to think here what I've missed. There's the battery, right? Very easy to jump start. You don't need any tools or anything to take that off and jump start it. And then left my soda in there. That's a ammo box, and it's just for sealing things away. Maybe you have a pair of gloves or something neat out on the corner of a property, whatever. Maybe you pick up something off the ground, you can put it in there, sealed up nicely, weather tight. So there you have the Standard B. Entry commercial, 1-year warranty, unlimited hours. There is a limited number of these that are getting built this year because it's sort of a mid-season launch. And so if you're looking to get one, be sure to call your dealer and make sure they put your name on one, because otherwise there might not be enough to go around this year until kind of after the peak of spring. So there's the Standard B. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, comment on this video, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Anyhow, I hope you have a great rest of your winter. We can't wait for spring to come. I know that in here it's been pretty mild, so the problem is maybe not enough snow work, but at least at my property I'm starting to see some buds that are trying to fight in the winter. So we'll see how that works out. Anyhow, all the best.